I'm quite a fan of Katharine Hepburn, and I'm currently working my way through her films, and Adam's Rape sounded really thrilling. It sounded right up my street, and I'm pleased to say that for the most part, I really enjoyed it. I feel like there were bits where it dragged. There were certain scenes that I felt didn't really add anything, and they could have been removed from the film and we wouldn't have lost anything. But for the most part, I rather enjoyed it, and I thought it raised a lot of really important questions. The film was released in 1949. It's directed by George Cukor, written by Garson Kanin and Ruth Gordon, and we have Katharine Hepburn playing Amanda Bonner, and we have Spencer Tracy as her husband, Adam. And Amanda and Adam are both lawyers, and they both take on the same case. One of them taking on the case of the defendant, one of them on the case of the claimant. And this case is a pretty serious case. In fact, it's about as serious as it gets, because this woman, at the very start of the film, this woman shoots her husband because she catches him having an affair. And obviously she's on trial, and Amanda, Katharine Hepburn's character, is trying to say, at no point is she trying to say that she didn't do it, but she's trying to say that there were mitigating circumstances, etc. While her husband, of course, is trying to make sure that they throw the book at her. And it's really interesting to watch the courtroom scenes. I'm a big fan of courtroom dramas. I love anything set in courtrooms, well, when it's done right, which it is here. And those scenes are wonderful, especially the way Amanda carries herself, Katharine Hepburn. I just love the way she presents herself. I love her personality. She's very, very headstrong. And the whole film is largely about the relationship between men and women, the differences between men and women, and what it means to be a woman at this time, and how powerful a woman can be. There's this wonderful, Amanda calls this woman to the stand, and she works in the entertainment industry, and I won't say too much about her, but she starts doing backflips in the courtroom, which was completely unexpected, and I loved her character and what she brought to it, and just the dialogue between the two of them I absolutely adored. And I thought that was just it's a really funny way of having a really important discussion about the fact that in a patriarchal world, women often are the ones who are carrying men and supporting men, and it was just a fabulous way of doing it with a lot of comedy. But there is a lot of seriousness in the film as well when these discussions are being had, and particularly between the husband and wife, because they're both lawyers, and it seems like the wife's exceptionally headstrong. Well, she is exceptionally headstrong. She's a very powerful woman. She's very educated. There are quite a lot of educated women in this. There's somebody's called to the stand she's got so many degrees, and they make, that's part of the comedy of it. She's got reeling off all of these different qualifications, and it's really a great film to say that women can be successful, they can be powerful, they can support their husbands rather than just being a stay-at-home wife, which of course there's nothing wrong with that if that's what the woman wants. And I just think, I'm a feminist, I can't get around it. So that aspect of it I love, and I think Katharine Hepburn is a really great source for this kind of narrative. She's just wonderful at those kinds of characters, and this is definitely what we get here. Surrounding the court case and whether or not I felt that was predictable or what I thought the outcome was, I won't say, but I will say that I really liked how the case developed. I was really fascinated by it. I loved watching the jury and the way they responded to things. There's this wonderful moment in it. I don't want to spoil too much, but there's this wonderful moment where Amanda asks the jury to imagine the two women involved in the case as men, and to imagine the husband as a woman. And she goes through this speech about how your reactions might change in that situation, and would you think differently if they were the opposite sexes. And just the way that was filmed, the way that panned out, it was wonderful. It was beautifully done. It's a very well shot film. As I said, there were some things that I felt like it dragged, mainly a lot of the scenes in the home, in Amanda and Adam's home. Some of those scenes were a little bit dull. They didn't really add too much. I guess, I get they need to be in there to add a bit of padding, so it's not just all set in the courtroom, and we also need to gain an understanding of the relationship between Adam and Amanda. But most of those scenes I just didn't find to be that interesting. The licorice scene, I loved. And I won't say any more than that. but I thought it was fabulously executed. The whole film is just brilliant. Yeah, there are a couple of bits in it that were slow that I didn't think were necessary, but it's genuinely very entertaining. It is funny, but one of the reasons I love it the most is because I love Katharine Hepburn, but Amanda as a character is brilliant. I love the courtroom scenes from start to finish. I was pretty hooked to it. Adam's Rib is absolutely worth watching.